there, Chip. Damn, that guy sounds drop dead sexy. Daddy's Day, Pa Day, Happy Day, Barley Refreshment Day. Not much. And I do love gravy. Just what we eating? I didn't do much of anything today. I did the dishes. One tank. She asked what I wanted for Father's Day for dinner. Well, I said I want hot dogs. So we had all beef hot dogs and chili and sauerkraut, cheese. Didn't have any onion. I went to cut an onion and it was bad, so I threw that out, my last onion. Well, and watermelon. But my real Father's Day dinner is she's going to make enchilada lasagna this week. Well, I have a bit of bad news for you, Junkyard. I had your $20 right like this, right right between these two fingers. 20 smackers. I was fixing to put it in a card and mail it to you. And then Kathy says, "Hey, I'm going to the store. You got any cash?" Gone. I said, "That's for Junkyard." She said, "She didn't care. She needed it worse." I said, "No, Junkyard needs it worse. Trust me." Okay, long live the king. No. So now I got to scrimp and save another 20. I get this close. Well, I didn't get any change back. If that tells you anything. Ugh. I got to powder real quick. Really? Really what? This girl. I was ready to put it in an envelope and put a stamp on her and mail her, junkyard. Not that I know of, not around here. They had a long live Trump rally. Usually the liberals, they protest at the courthouse. Well, evidently, somebody got down to the city hall and got the permit to have a rally at the old courthouse. Well, then the um, King protest, they got a permit too, but they had to go down to the park. So, you know, which is a little further ways away from the main roads and everything. So I bet that kind of upset them. You know, because Trump is a king. He's a dictator. Well, evidently, there's dissension among the ranks and the Democrats. That appointee by Tim Walz went out there and started shooting Democrats. Yeah. Had a whole list of them he wanted to get rid of. Did you ever catch that guy? Well, he was going after the Democrats that voted against the immigrants. Excuse me. I should never say that. Voted against the aliens. They ain't immigrants, they're aliens. Say hi, junkyard.
Hi, junkyard.
What you got? Oh, somewhere here I got a picture of a Father's Day gift that people should be getting. I can't find it now. Huh. Thank you, Millard. Happy Father's Day to everybody. If you're a father, happy Father's Day. If you're a mother that has to be a father, happy Father's Day. The girl, she's a little upset right now. I did one of them treatments in between her shoulder blades, and she's not liking it. She ain't even a father, and she made out today. What was a dead giveaway? Well, of course. I got up and she was slaving away in the kitchen. Had my coffee on the counter in front of my computer and everything. Am I turning to the chat? Yeah, I was talking to the chat. To the chat. I'm trying to figure out what was a dead giveaway. Well, I'm doing it right now. A barley beverage. Oh. By the way, good evening, Cornbread, Mallard, Junkyard, Kathy, Sveta, and whoever else is in here. Oh, okay. Did you have a good Father's Day, Cornbread? Junkyard? I don't know if they did. It'd been a good idea if they did. I didn't see it myself, but well, that's good. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you didn't have kids. I'm sorry, there, Cornbread. I thought you did. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Nothing broke down. I think everything was probably well maintained right before the parade. Okay, let's check everything over. Gas, air in the tires, oil, water, radiator. Is it charging? Huh. That is actually a jewelry box. It's a music box. You open up the front of it and it plays music. Take those old records off the shelf. No, like the jewelry boxes do. Well, I seen all three of my kids today, so that made me happy. Oh, it's a phone. Well, it's a fake phone, but it's also a jewelry box or a music box or whatever. I have two more phones out in the garage. I might this summer put them together and fix them, and not to use, but to put them in the house someplace. They're real antique wall phones. Hey, Michael, give me BR549. Can you hear him now? Yeah. Yep. They tried to say that assassinations was political. Turns out the guy was a Democrat. Hmm. Um, 20 years old, 20 and a half years old. I was 20 and a half. Ah. Hell, I've been a pappy for almost 42 years. No, no, it wasn't scary. You're talking in the 80s. I was born in the 60s. So we were adults by the time we were 14. Not like today. Watched OP Live or whatever the hell it was. I think it was last night. And that woman was screaming she wanted her mom, and she was just a baby because she's only 21. Wow, you're a baby and you're 21. I could use another barley beverage. Maybe that'll help rinse my kidneys out. I'm not passing as much blood now as I was 2 days ago, but it's still got a distinct color to it. That one was good. So, how was everybody else's Father's Day, regardless if you're your father or not? Woman, another bear. ASAP. I hear the pitter patter of feet. Did you get a new pair of socks there, Junkyard? Or was it underwear for Father's Day? Pretty good? Good. Well, you got to come up in 45 seconds. I'll take another beer, honey. He tried to be a father to me, yeah. Take that out and then go get me another barley beverage, would you please? Thank you. What a man has to do to get a barley beverage around here. Thank you. You're too young for this. Why are you drinking that? That's right. Now Anthony Hudson's running for governor. I'm gonna vote for him. He might not win, but I like the way he's talking. I'll try, Joe Sheriff. I'll try. Might have to wait till tomorrow to get it. I don't know why not. I'm not Tony. Hey, Johnny Shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. That's all, folks. Hi, Jenny. You know, Jenny just drives me wild. Sorry, cornbread. I mean, I know where I stand with Kenny, and you know where you stand with Kathy. Hopefully, hopefully, this summer, um, I have no idea. Probably not. About Buttigieg's Father's Day. Is he a father or the mother? It must be the mother because he is wearing the false boobies. So, hopefully, this summer, cornbread, we want to make it down to her brother's house the end of August or in September, somewhere around there. So we'd be able to stop by and see you and Teddy on our way down. Well, what what's going on is our house is almost paid off for it, or it is paid off. So we're trying to figure this out, and if the house is paid off, then we're good to go. You know, we can start doing stuff that we want because we won't have that extra payment every month. Um, and that'll give us the extra cash to go down to see her brother and do some traveling stuff. Stay a day or two or three. There you go. The way we figured it all out, we've actually overpaid a couple $1,000s. So we got to get their accountant, his accountant, or whatever, and the bank and all that other that holds the land contract to figure it all out and then see what's going on. So, or a week. There you go. Yeah. I told her after the house is all paid off and you know we have nothing to actually hold us here. We can go travel in the United States. Go for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Come home, stay a month, and then go out for another 2 or 3 weeks. Go someplace else. That was my original intentions when we first got married. After we was able to retire, was to travel the United States and look around. Get out and maybe see Junkyard. Drink me a couple cases of beer, then go piss on the Alamo. we should know something by the end of the month. And then after we find out that and get everything final, or whatever, we'll, uh, bring it up. Yeah, we'll get the roof put on the house and the garage and stuff, and then we'll be able to travel, do stuff. We've already got the estimates. Well, like I said, we're just waiting for whatever's the realm of what's going on here. Yeah. Um, I got an estimate for the garage roof, and I had them do two different estimates. One was shingles, and one was steel. And to come to find out, the guy that would do the roof, he owns the roller for the steel. They cut their own pieces to length. He said there is no waste. He said by the time we're done, what waste you have will fit in a paper bag. He said, and then that with that, I can put a steel roof on for the same price as I can a shingle roof because there's 30% waste on a shingle roof. Hey, 20 more payments and she'll be all mine. Well, we've been paying an extra $335 a month for the last 6 years on this house. Extra. So, our calculations, we have actually overpaid. Straight to the principal, you're right. Every 3 months we were knocking off $1,000 off the principal that they weren't putting interest on. So, well, it'd be a happy day. I'll be happy. Kathy will be happy. Um, it'd be a big, it'd be a big burden off our back, actually. It took a few years. I don't understand is it costs $300,000 to build this house. If they were to build it tomorrow, it would cost $300,000 to build this house. But it's only worth like 150 or 175,000. Obviously, the land doesn't cost it doesn't count for nothing anymore or whatever. But I try telling that to somebody with you want to buy their land for them. You know, land's nothing because you ain't gonna get nothing for it. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, no. I know. Look where I'd have been if I invested in silver. Sure, I know. I might just do that after we're done. You know, silver cars, silver trucks, silver kings. You know, silver spoon. I got a bunch of them. I That's right. I can watch it. Well, because she'll probably be out of office, so she won't make the. I bet when she gets out of office, her stock portfolio won't increase like it did before. What do you want to bet? Right. Well, maybe she still might have close friends telling her, but I don't know. That's why there's something definitely wrong in politics. Um, Alexandra Ocasio Cortez, she went there. She couldn't even afford rent. Now she's a millionaire, multimillionaire. And there's several other Democrats and then Republicans that are flat. They were flat broke or poor when they got into politics, and now they're rich. So yeah, I know what's best for everybody. Uh, huh. I tell you what, and Junkyard to tell you, and Cornbread might be able to too. But I wish I had the cars now that I had when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, because they'd be worth a lot of money now. A lot of them were collectible. GTOs, Camaros, Tempest, Bonnievilles. Novas, Cutlasses back then, 70, 72, 73, 74 Cutlass. Cars nowadays aren't worth nothing. But I wish I had the old cars that we had back then. I'd love to get that old pickup from you, that unibody pickup you got there, junkyard. That, you don't see very many of them. No, but I had a 51 Plymouth four door. Had a straight six in it. It was a nice car. Started every time. Didn't had the steering was great in it. Dependable, yeah, they were. Had a three on the tree. Bought it from a 93-year-old guy. Had 41,000 miles on it. 500 bucks. I owned a 1904, I believe it was, Harley Davidson bicycle. Or basically it was a motorcycle, but it was a bicycle. Had the engine on it, and then it had a pulley around where the rim was. And it was belt driven. I get 50 bucks for that. I had uh, I had a paper route. The guy I bought it from was one of my customers. He had it hanging in his attic of his garage off the rafters. And I asked him how much he wanted for it. And he said 50 bucks. I said, I'd like to own that. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah. So it took me about 6 months because I would use my paper route money. I paid him for it. He got it down and he got it running. It was pretty nice. I get 50 bucks for it. I ended up selling it that same day I wrote it for $400. Those Huffy bikes, I think that's what they were, with the banana seats and orange metal flake or red metal flake. Those things, I had one of them when I was a kid. Right now, they're worth about 700 bucks. Not bad for a bike that was only $39. I remember when I was a kid and got that. I was like 6 years old or something like that. My mom and dad bought six bikes, I think it was. Yeah, 6 brand new bikes, 20 inches for uh, Kevin, I, and our sister Robin, and then like a 24-inch bike for my sister Connie, and Bonnie got a 24-inch, and then I think my brother, my oldest brother, got a 10-speed. He was like 14 at the time or something like that. Dementia. Well, he's got that old 73 or 74 Corvette convertible. Peugeot. The bicycle that falls over, yeah. I think it's a topsy turvy or a tipsy turvy. One thing for sure is it doesn't have training wheels on it. Well, yeah. Just because they're no longer president doesn't mean that somebody doesn't want to take them out. That's why the Secret Service is with them. And you watch now what happens. After this guy did the hit on the 4 of those people, I'm sure every um, senator or representative is going to have Secret Service detail. They might only get, they might not have 10 or 12, but they'll probably have 2. So they'll end up hiring another 2,000 Secret Service agents. Well, what are you going to do? They're going to scream that they're being hunted, and they're going to get offered Secret Service protection. Well, I think what they're going to have is probably 2 if they get them, and they'll be stationed outside their house, one in the front, one in the back, or whatever. And when they go someplace, they'll have to go with them. You know, at night they have to sit in the house or whatever. They have different ones at night or whatever. I'm sure they'll do 12-hour shifts, 2 shifts every. But it's going to come to that. And quite frankly, you can't blame them. I know they should, but they're not going to take any of their ill-gotten gains and pay for their own safety. They're going to want the American citizens to do that. Eating donuts, yeah. Uh, I think tomorrow I'm going to start my live stream at 7:30. Unless you guys want me to start at 6:30. You want it at 7:30 or 6:30? Comment below. 6:30 Eastern Standard Time or 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. You're broke in? Well, what's that mean? You want it at 6:30? Oh yeah. Oh, and you could probably find out what it actually costs to keep the Secret Service air ad hit for him for the last 45 years. And it's not just for him; it was for Rosalind and his daughter Amy too, and her kids. Um, they won't tell you how much. They don't want you to know, evidently. That is a career. People started with Jimmy and they retired with Jimmy. Oh, they probably will. They'll probably try to take his away. And then when the next Democrat becomes president, they'll enact it after he leaves. He's overqualified, yeah. I haven't even been watching the news. How is the LA riots going on, or they got that stamped down now? I don't know. I really haven't been watching it. It's all been about Iran and Israel. So these barley beverages are tasty. I could almost go for a third.
I don't think so. You'd be out
I know.
under.
Under the table.
Did you?
No. I think I need to get me a bottle of Maker's Mark. Start having a shot a day. You know, keep the doctor away. She's around here someplace there, Tenny. I give her one of those topical treatments between the shoulder blades, and she's upset with me right now. So, I was gonna buy her a new flea collar too, and hell, they want $10 for them at the store I was at. I said, nah, I can get them at another store, exact same one for $4.99. So yeah. But bought her a brand new kitty litter pan tonight. Um, bought her a brand new bag of kitty litter. Some of them sparkles that you put in it to make it smell better. You'd swear she was a father as many gifts as she got today. But the pan she had, she was getting too big for it, so we got her a brand new pan, a bigger one. And I should have bought. I was gonna buy one of them. I don't know what they call them. One kitty litter mat or something that you put underneath it, and then when they get out, if there's any kitty litter on their feet, that I'm gonna buy one of them. I forgot to do that. It will come complimentary. Yep, it will. That's right. I can help a neighbor out then. That's right. Can help a good friend out. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you all tomorrow morning, I guess, at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Since Junkyard said he was already broke in, that was the only one. So have a blessed day, everybody, and take care. Good night, all.